we'd pass in the battle system. There'd just be an event that this is happening, and we don't care what happens. Okay, yeah, and then town can figure this out. Town would go through everything. No, town just needs to get the skills. I did not make the sprites, no. Also, hey again, Russ Floppy. The credits for the game are here. It's a list of 3 people, including myself, I guess. It would be 4 people. So we probably have some class for like player. Yeah, let me write that down too. Make a class for player skills. Would just track however we do it for abilities component. In fact, you could sort of have a player that has an abilities component because this is just a list of abilities and we already know how to serialize these. But then there's all this stuff like initialize for instance. And we'd be adding this to some like fake player entity. I could just save it somewhere. Modify ability level. We don't have a level changed thing, and that would be for the abilities component. Yeah. This could just be an abilities component, but we wouldn't have an entity. Wait, we wouldn't need an entity though, right? None of this accesses the entity. It's just a... Yeah, we wouldn't need this. Interesting. All right, there's one piece of this I'm missing somehow. Yeah, it's how do you get this in the battle system? How do you... Player ability has a function that's called... Yeah, so from the battle system, how do you access player abilities? Option number 1 could be emit a signal saying battle started. The town listens and uses the battle system to call like battle system dot initialize player abilities for battle. That's option number 1. Option number 2, keep the player abilities in each battle, or like capture them at the beginning maybe. This is one of those things where I don't know if it's going to be clear to players. Like you can have a battle ongoing and then you can modify your skill tree. It won't affect the ongoing battle. I don't know if people are going to expect that to be the case. Imagine if in the middle of battle you gave yourself like plus 10% damage. Or, I don't know, you really micromanage things and like toggle between minus 20% damage taken and plus 20% damage dealt as your characters were taking their turns. That's like gameplay I don't want to incentivize. And I don't think people would really do that anyway. It's a single player game, but I still just don't think it should really be possible. I expect it to not apply until the next battle. Yeah, well, and that's how player skills, or sorry, that's how adventurer skills work already too. So I guess there's already a precedent for that. So yeah, this option number 2 wouldn't be so bad maybe. Keep the player abilities in each battle. How do we do this for... I think we just clone abilities. We just clone abilities. So we could just clone the player abilities too. Okay, I mean, that seems pretty reasonable. Pass in a clone of the player abilities to battle system. Yeah, this seems pretty reasonable. So we store your abilities inside of an abilities component, which is going to be the first time we use a component for the player. Is there anything we're lacking here? I guess the inheritance hierarchy, I haven't figured out how that's going to work. I guess technically